the Christmas Carol book tag by Novels and Nonsense. The premise is, famous Christmas carols and theme, and you choose books based on them. Okay, so, for example, the first Christmas Carol is Deck the Halls, and that is some of your favorite book covers. Who wants to go first? Nikki!
I love Black Pearls, a fairy strand by Louise Hawes. It's so pretty. I also love Unearthly by Cynthia Hand.
It's really pretty.
It's like this whole series. I can't.
Very pretty.
They're all beautiful. Those are two of my favorite book covers.
You go next.
For me, I chose Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor because it's beautiful. And then I chose Graceling by Christian Kishore because it is also pretty and it has like the colors. The colors are what really pretty. I cannot talk. Yes.
This is our third video in a row. We're all
yes,
loopy
we're
now.
a little
We're
loopy.
a little loopy.
Just a little. Okay, so I actually grabbed a couple more. So one of them is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I just love, you see face, and really pretty. And then I got
That one
Hans
is really
Christian
pretty.
Andersen's Fairy Tales, which is really funny because if you look at the, and I noticed this after I purchased it, it's upside down.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it was.
But I still love the coloring, how it's all the way around. And finally, my Hobbit book cover, and oh my god, the pages are bespeckled, and all the gilding is just very pretty. I guess I could also chose this for another one, but for another question later. But I chose something else. So, yep, that is my Deck the Halls. Next is Let It Snow, a book that takes place in a wintry land, or a book that takes place in winter. Roberta, you can go first.
Drowning Ruth by Christina Schwartz. Takes place during the winter of 1919, where a character moves back home and much madness ensues. Not really madness, just bad things happen. It was also a part of oh my god, I almost said Bropra's. Oprah's book club. Oh my god, I cannot talk. Bropra's, that's a new name.
Alright, so I chose Book 2 of the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and if the cover doesn't tell you why I chose it, I want to say, once they're in Narnia, 90% of the book takes place during the winter.
Yeah.
It's snowing until the Snow Queen starts losing her powers, and then it starts turning into spring.
Didn't even think of that one.
So-
I was having a trouble. I was having a trouble.
You wasn't having a trouble? Sorry.
Apparently, I'm not the only one who can talk.
That's okay.
I was having trouble with that one. The only one I could really think of that took place during winter time was Harry Potter. So I picked Harry Potter, like all of them, because the first few, or at least I know the movies have
Winter scenes.
winter and like Christmas related scenes.
All of them do.
Because I in my brain associate Harry Potter the movies with Christmas time. Because, on ABC Family, they always play it during Christmas time.
Yeah, that's true.
So I always associate the movies as Christmas movies. Not so much the books, but the movies.
Yeah.
So that was my
Alright.
answer. I did feel like grabbing my books.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A book where the main character is something of a misfit. And I will go first this time. And I chose Ellen Montgomery's Anne of Green Gables. And if you've not read Anne of Green Gables or seen the PBS miniseries with Megan Follows, Anne is your quintessential misfit. But she's adorable misfit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I chose that one.
I picked Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz because he can see ghosts. He can see dead people. So that kind of makes you a little bit of a misfit. Plus, it's a really good series. Everyone should read it. Ever. You should.
When's the last one coming out?
This year or next year?
Oh.
Soon.
Yeah, it comes out soon.
I really just don't want him to kill Odd. I want him to give Odd a happy life. I don't want Odd to die. Because I would be devastated. I'm very invested in this series. I've been reading it since I was like a teenager.
Wow.
And there's not that many books. There's how many? There's like 6. Could it be
Oh, I
7?
thought there was more like 9.
I'm only missing 1.
Ooh, okay. I chose The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. This is also called the Millennia series, which it doesn't indicate anywhere. I found that out on Goodreads. The main character, her name is, well, one of the main characters. Her name is Lisbeth Slander. She is a bit of a misfit. She's kind of loner-ish, kind of. She's an amazing hacker. But she has, supposedly, I don't want to spoil it, but she has mental disabilities. I really don't want to spoil it.
That's fine.
The last book is so amazing. I read that book almost in one day, and it's bigger than this one. Yeah, but this is the book that I chose.
Alright, so continuing on here, we have next one, Holly Jolly Christmas, a book that makes you happy.
I'm going first. The Nightmare Before Christmas by Tim Burton. Because it is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nikki?
I picked Twilight by Stephanie Meyer because it's like every time I get like in a bummy mood, I read Twilight and it makes me happy. End of story.
And I chose Alyssa May Alcott's Little Women. This is actually a book that my grandmother got me into, and in fact I inherited this book from her. I need to get it fixed before it completely falls apart. But every time I read this book, it reminds me of my grandma, and my grandma makes me happy. So that's why I chose this book. And then we have The Christmas Song, your favorite Christmas story.
Nick can go first.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
Did you lose it?
I have it on my Kindle.
Okay, Amy, you can
You
go.
can go first.
Okay, actually, we probably got the same one.
Oh, dude, seriously.
Christmas Carol.
By Charles Dickens.
Yes.
That's so funny.
I mean, it's the quintessential Christmas
Yes.
book.
I have never read it.
I technically read it in high school, but I
Really?
want to read it again, yes.
Marley's Ghost. It's the first chapter.
I read this book last Christmas season. It's called Calling Mrs. Christmas by Carol Matthews. It's like a total, like, chick book. It's about this girl who, she just lost her job and she's having trouble finding a job. But she's good at it, like, planning. So she starts her own, like, Christmas planning, party planning business.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god, it's so good. I, like,
Must read this.
You have to read it because it's really good. It was, like, I really loved it last year when I read it. And every other Christmas story I read after that did not live up to my expectations.
So maybe that should be
of
the book
loving
I
this Christmas book.
end the season with.
Oh
is
my,
that
it's
book?
really good. It's really cute, easy, fun book, and I really enjoyed it. I put it back on my Kindle because I was thinking about rereading it this year
Hey, why not?
because that's how much I loved it.
Okay, Frosty the Snowman, a book with a character that is cold and hard on the outside, but really a kind, warm person. Roberta, you can go first.
I chose Pythian Door from Awakening the Adran Saga by Raymond Bolton. The character, has the reputation of being this cold-hearted, kind of like a, Robin Hood, steal from the rich, give to the poor. Really cool, but when you get to know the character, you understand their reasoning, and the character, becomes, like, really amazing, really super cool. My favorite character of the book.
And I chose Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James.
I haven't read it
If you've read the book, you know that Christian has a past that kind of keeps his life. He's very cold. He doesn't want to really let anyone get to know him deep inside until Anna changes that. And then you learn that he's actually a really caring person deep inside.
Problems.
Yes. So, that's what I chose.
Quintessential Christmas book.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Everyone in the world should know what this book is about.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, the Grinch, you know, he hates Christmas. He doesn't like the Who's. And then he tries to steal their Christmas. And then he realizes that they don't need all the presents and all the materialistic things. And that they can still have a good Christmas. And then he realizes that he shouldn't have done that. And he's a good person.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay. So, up on the housetop, a book that you'd shout from the rooftop, your favorite book. So, I'll go first on this one. I chose Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. I read this book in elementary school. Again, I inherited the collection from my grandmother. But I think every young girl should read this series. It is a very good series. Plus, you get to learn about the expansion of the United States through the eyes of a child. And it's really good. So, that's what I
I've
chose.
never read them.
Oh, we
I
read
think
those
you
in
should
4th
read.
grade.
I think you should read. So, next!
Amy. I mean, Nikki. Ooh.
I have obviously picked Splintered by A.G. Howard because I think I've picked it in every single tag that he ever did.
Yeah.
Because this is my absolute favorite book. And if you love Alice in Wonderland or any kind of fairy tale that's messed up, and you like hot fairy guys or dudes with like piercings,
And
you
tattoos.
should read this because
Yes.
it's amazing.
Yes.
And the last book is coming out in January, and I'm so excited yet so sad for it to end.
Yes.
So read it.
Another one I haven't read.
Oh my god.
Mine, I chose The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Is it Morgenstern? Yeah, Morgenstern. For some reason I want to say Morgenstein, but... Truly magical, amazing, enchanting, beautifully written. Love it, love it, love it.
I have read that, and I agree.
I haven't read it. Must read it.
You haven't read it?
Well, she's listened to the audiobook.
Yes. Alright, so next one is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. A character that looks after another character. Who wants to go
You guys
first?
can go first. I gotta get their names.
Okay, so I actually chose Dumbledore for this one. I mean, not only is he the headmaster of Hogwarts, but as the head of the Order of the Phoenix, obviously he has the Wizarding World's best interests at heart, and he wants to take care of the Wizarding World and the Muggles, and so that's why I think Dumbledore really fits that very well.
I picked Rose from Vampire Academy because she takes care of Alyssa. She wants to be her guardian, and she, you know, spoiler alert, ends up being her guardian at the end of the series. And she does. She takes care of her because the vampires are too weak to fight.
Or so they
That's
think.
why they need their guardians. Yeah, or so they think. But they're not really because they have magic.
Yes. So that's what.
I just realized there's a blurb on here from Cassandra Clare.
Cool! So who did you choose?
Bone Shaker by Cherry Priest. This is basically a story about a kid who's trying to, his father did some crap, and he's trying to right his father's wrongs and prove everyone wrong. Basically, it's kind of a coming-of-age story, and his mother goes into this place to try and find him. It's steampunk, by the way, and they both have their own guides. It's been, and I have read so many books I can't remember the two guys' names, their guides, but it's a really, really good book. I highly recommend it.
So you choose the two guides as your...
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, The Holly and the Ivy. Show a red and green book or cover.
I have My True Love Gave to Me by Ollie Black, Allie Carter,
All these people.
David Levithan, Mary Burrell, Stephanie Perkins. Yes.
Everybody.
I also have Splintered by A.G. Howard. That is also red and green. And, of course, I have Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Very Christmassy, obviously, because this actually is a Christmas book.
Yes.
All right, I chose Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire because it is, I know, I just now noticed that too. So the reason why I chose this is because it is a lot of red and green on it, but also I realized just now, during the Goblet of Fire, the Triwizard Tournament, they have the Yule Ball, and they spend Christmas at Hogwarts. So I totally forgot about that until just now, so there's my Christmas! So, yep.
Me, I chose Half-Blood by Sally Green and Arch Enemy. This is the third book in the Looking Glass Wars by Frank Fedor, red and green.
Awesome! So next is Silent Night, your favorite classic.
Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Berta?
Or Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I like both of those.
Berta?
Anything by Edgar Allan Poe.
That also.
And this is a beautiful edition because it's gilded pages and there's a bookmark. This is, I believe, this is the Barnes & Noble Classic Edition. But they have since, I think they have redesigned all those books to fit a new theme. But this is Edgar Allan Poe.
Mine's plain. It's just green.
Yeah.
So, I actually, anything by Mr. J.R.R. Tolkien, I just have Hobbit out, but I've also read The Lord of the Rings. I've got his adaptation of Beowulf. I want to read The Silmarillion, and just, yeah. So, that is my favorite classic. So, Baby, It's Cold Outside. Your favorite romantic couple or romance book?
I'll go first. Anna and St. Clair from Anna and the French Kiss. I thought they were so adorable. And most people have read that on BookTube. Because I read it because of BookTube. The whole series. I love each couple in each book. But I liked Anna and St. Clair's romance a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wicked Lovely. Seth and what's the girl's name?
Aslan? Yeah.
Aslan. It just came to me. Their relationship is so cute.
Plus Seth is really hot.
Yes. And he is such a good flirt.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You're gonna
which
hate
one?
me. You're gonna hate me.
Are you gonna pick Jeb?
Alyssa and Jeb.
Alyssa
From
and
Splinter.
Morpheus. I love Jeb, but I love Morpheus more.
I'm rooting for the
These two always
underdogs.
fight over this book, and I'm just sitting over here like,
Like, I haven't read it. I don't know.
I know who you're gonna choose. You're gonna be in the same school as Nikki, and you're gonna choose Morpheus.
Morpheus is amazing.
Is he like the Mad Hatter character?
No,
No.
he actually doesn't represent any character
Well,
in.
he's the caterpillar.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of. Even though he's a moth.
Yeah.
They're like... You gotta
gotta read
to
it.
read it. It's
You have
just so
to.
messed up and
Yeah.
amazing. It's the best book I've ever read. I'm totally gonna have to start reading them again.
But I guess for me, the reason why
Don't get me wrong, I love Jeb. It's just the bad boy in Morpheus just draws me in. That I just want him, even though I know he's probably not good for me.
and I like the bad boy turned good in Jeb. So
Jeb is just truly good in the books, because he had his bad boy past prior
Yeah.
to the books happening.
yeah,
So you don't see that.
but that's what I'm saying.
I love Jeb. Like, I love Jeb.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I'm rooting for the
I'm
underdog.
just a Morpheus girl all the way.
Don't get me wrong. I like Morpheus too.
This is gonna be
He
a
has
whole
his redeeming qualities
video in
too,
itself.
but
Just
I'm sorry.
fighting over gender.
Okay,
Yes.
so the most.
I'm just sitting here like I always do.
Did you choose one? Oh yeah, you did. You chose yours. Okay. So the last but not least, the most wonderful time of year. Your favorite holiday tradition.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Because I always do my gingerbread house on Christmas Eve ever since I was little. And I don't know, I watch Christmas Story for 24 hours when it comes on. I also watch It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve because that's my mom's favorite Christmas movie.
Christmas Story. You know, you're finishing up wrapping presents.
And I like to play games.
Yes.
Like board games.
And snacky foods.
Yeah. Because we
It's
don't
like
have
a
any kind
tradition.
of big dinner, but I like to just have like snacks and like little sandwiches, you know, those little tiny like cocktail breads.
Yep.
Since I was a kid, we did that, and it's just stuck with me that we have to do that, and I always have to get new pajamas for Christmas Eve to wear that are Christmas themed. I have some serious Christmas traditions.
And I think for me another one is I like hiding the Christmas pickle and waiting for her to look for it. That's something that we've done.
On the tree.
Yep.
If you don't know what it is. If you see Christmas pickle ornaments, just Google it.
Yeah, it's a Black Forest tradition, German tradition, in the Baltic areas as well. Basically, the adults hide the pickle, and on Christmas morning, the children look for it, and the first one to find it gets an extra gift.
Well, how do you?
I don't give her an extra gift. She just likes looking for it.
No, I know, but I'm like, how do you? Well, it has to be like a generic gift because it depends on who gets it.
Yeah, it's
like
a generic gift.
gift.
Some candy or something.
Yeah, just something like that. So, okay. So that is our Christmas Carol
book tag.
by Novels and Nonsense. So,
Thank you.
If you want to do this tag, we totally tag you.
yes. So, Merry Christmas!